Alright guys, so it's Kim and I wanted to follow up with everybody. They wanted me to do a makeup tutorial on how I personally do my makeup. So you can see I'm kind of rough looking. I just got done jogging, got out of the shower, got my clothes on for work, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. One thing I did forget, let me go ahead and get my moisturizer and my Wow Gel that I use to help out these lines and the bags up under my eyes. Alright, so I will be right back, sorry. Alright guys, so I'm back. I had to run and get my Wow Gel that I use and my moisturizer that I put on each day. Normally my makeup will, I'd probably say, take about 10 minutes. It's really quick. So this video probably be 15 to 20 depending on how much I talk, but I just wanted to show everybody it's real quick and simple. The longest part of it is my eyelashes, because of the you got to apply more than one coat of any mascara. So all right, let me go ahead and get started putting on my Wow Gel. This is the same pack that I used from my video the other day. So this is the same stuff. It's not any different. It's the exact same thing. Same pack, already opened. So I'm getting multiple uses out of it. So there's quite a bit here. This is going to go all over my face. So that's already done. It takes about 3 minutes to dry. Normally, when I'm doing this routine, I'm doing multiple things at one time. So while this is drying, I'll go ahead and go brush my teeth, or I'll do my hair, or whatever I got to do in the morning. So I just got to let it dry for a few seconds and then put on my moisturizer. Going to get started. I do use an e.l.f. primer. It's a tone adjusting. I do have lots of red, so I just put it here on me. It's easy to use. Very small amount that I use. Let's go ahead and get started with my concealer. So I have two concealers that I use. This one is called Coverall. It's just a Wet n Wild that I use. It's pretty cheap. I was looking for a highlighter when I got this. So I just wanted to try it out to see how I can do highlighters and if it's possible for me, because honestly some people are not good at highlighting and I didn't know if I was one of those people. So I'm using this, and then I'm also using my Clinique concealer. Sorry, forgot the words. So I'm going to be using two things. This one, the cheaper one, is harder to put on. It's just really cakey, but I like it because it does decent coverage with the Clinique. And I just put it all around. Some people do the whole triangle thing. You can do the triangle thing. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, time for my liquid concealer. Alright, I'm back. So this is what I use. That's all that I use. I don't use the Beauty Blender. This is just a sponge because it's disposable after a couple uses. The Beauty Blender, I'm just worried I would never get it clean enough. So that's why I use these. Some people absolutely live by it, but I'm okay without it. And then I'm not rubbing, I'm just dabbing in everywhere. And what you'll notice is that on one side, I will use my sponge for my lighter colors, and then the other side I will use for my darker colors. Because foundation, when you apply that, it should not be just one color. In my opinion, you should do multiple colors on your face. I currently do 3, which is going to be 2 concealers and then 1. It's really old. It's my Pure CC cream. I got to get some more. I'm almost out of it. But this is the other that I use as well. So this side is used for my concealer, and this side's going to be used for my CC cream. And you don't need a lot of it. That's all that I'm going to use for my entire face, especially when you have a good product. You don't need a lot for it to work. Go ahead and get started with my next thing I do is I always try and put powder up under my eyes to set it. This one is MAC and it lasts forever. I've had it for a while. I want to say this, I know on the box it has it, but I want to say that this is good for up to 24 months, which is 2 years. And you're like, well, that's a really long time. These last forever. I've had this one for almost a year. And it's so light that I just use it as a powder around my eyes to set it. You always need to set your makeup, because if not, you're going to have lines under here by the end of the day. Sometimes I don't set mine good enough and I still have those lines. Alright, so I see we're 10 minutes into it. Sorry, guys. I'm doing a lot of talking with it. So I've set around here. I have not put nothing else. No powder, no nothing else on my face. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start my highlighting. I have a Smashbox set that I bought that I really, really like. Let me find my other ones. It comes in a 3-pack and it lasts for a really long time. But these are my 3 from Smashbox. I really like them. If you'll see, there's 3 different colors. There's a bronzer, there's going to be a highlighter, and then there is a contour color as well. You will need to sharpen these every so often. It does come with a sharpener, which I think I need to sharpen mine. So let me see if I have my sharpener in here. If I don't have it in here, it'll be okay. I can still use it. I'll just go ahead and use it anyhow. I'll go down my cheek. You're putting lines. Let me look in the mirror instead of doing it in the camera. You're putting lines around your face for contouring. You can go down your nose. I go under my lip to make my lip look bigger on the bottom. It's a good shadowing. And then some people even go down here. I don't personally do that. I probably need to. It would look better. But I don't do that. I'm going to go ahead and put my highlighter on, which I'm going to put that around here, around the bottom of my eyes, just to brighten it up. I'm going to have another powder I'm going to put on top. I go down my nose, and then I highlight the middle of my chin. So down my nose and my chin. My bronzer I don't use all the time, but I've been trying to do it, and it's just adding a little bit of color that's not so dark to help it blend in and fade. So I'm going to use my dark side to go ahead and blend it all in. A lot of it is dabbing, not rubbing. Sometimes I'll catch myself rubbing and I try and stop, but it's going to be a lot of just dabbing it in like you would with your beauty blender. And then I'm going to go ahead and tackle the sides of my nose while I'm using that up under my lip. And then I'm going to flip it over and use the light side for my highlighter. So the thing is with light colors, it's going to make it stand out. Dark colors is going to make it sink in. So just think about it. You want to wear darker colors on bottom, especially if you're like me. It helps your butt look smaller, and lighter colors on top. And then same thing with your face. You want these to go in and contour, and then you want this to stick out here on your eyes. Alright, so that's done. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to apply a powder to set it. So anytime you use foundations, highlighters, things like that, I suggest always to use a powder to set it. And of course, I don't have my brush with me. Let me go get my brush. Alright, so these are all my brushes that I use. I'll show you which ones I'm going to be using. These are just Walmart brushes. There's nothing special about it. It is the angled brush that I'll be using on my contouring around my face. So this is, I don't even know the brand. It's called Face. It's Profusion. It's a cheap brand. It's good for 24 months. You'll see this little thing on the back here. I don't know if it's really focusing in or not, but this it has a 24 in there, so you know it's good for 24 months. This, I like it because it has all sorts of shades in there, and then it also has other concealers and primers to go up under your eyes, the blues and the greens. But my favorite is going to be this for contouring, and then this color for highlighting, and then I use this one for my blush. So let's go ahead and use it. I'm going to do is my blush before my highlighter. So very, very little blush, and it's a pretty bright color. Very little blush. I just dab it on, and then I rub it in. What happens is if you smile, if you're older, you're not in your teens or your early 20s, people mainly smile and you're putting it here, right? And it's up high. Now stop. Stop smiling. It fell. So I don't do that anymore. I just go in and put it in because my face isn't as high as it used to be. And I don't have money to, you know, surgery or nothing. I still don't think I would do that personally. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my highlighter now that I absolutely love. It's this shade here. Anything that's really light and sparkly, not sparkly, shimmer. I wouldn't really put sparkle on your face. And then I'm just putting it under my eyes here. I'm sure I'll make a better video later on when I get better at making these. But this is currently what I do. Alright, I would also take a highlighter and put it above your eyebrow. And under the eyebrow. Can't really see it in here. You can see it on this side just because my lighting is very, very bad. But we'll put that under there. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with all of that. I'm going to go back in and set it with a darker powder. This is just a CoverGirl powder because you have to put this on a little bit thicker than what you would a different one. But you need to go in and set everything you just did. And even though it's a darker powder, this is still shining through. That's how you know when you got a pretty decent highlighter going on. It doesn't disappear. Alright, so everything should be set and good to go now. My next thing that I'm going to be doing is my eyeshadow. So, it's not every day I do eyeshadow, but I do it on some days just because it's a little bit more of a process for me. Again, my makeup takes like 10 minutes anyhow. So what I have is I have a MAC paint pod. And it's a great primer. You can use it by yourself. I don't personally like to use it by itself just because it does crack. But it's because it's a, I guess, not a liquid consistency, but like a matte consistency. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not good at that yet. So I'm just putting it all over my eyes. I went ahead and put this on. It's really light. And then now I can go in and apply my eyeshadow. I'm going to do the subtle look again today, just because I don't like anything real heavy on my eyes when I go to work. And then I'll show you the brushes that I use. This is Avon that I'm using, with just some normal colors, which it has like a bronzy, a taupe that I use also for my eyebrows, a lighter color, and then a darker color in the crease. So let me go ahead and find the brush I'm going to be using. It's just a normal brush to use. It's a shadow brush. So I'm going to start in with first. I'm going to get closer. I got the bronze there in the middle. And I do put it up a little bit so that it all blends appropriately. And then I stop. I stop with that. The next brush that I use is a blending brush. It's a little tiny tip. I don't know if you can really see it. But it's a little tiny tip that's just really good for getting those colors in there. So I'm going to use the taupe color and put it back here. All over the crease of my eye. And then I take the darkest shade here and I put it right here just for depth. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. There we go. All right, next is going to be my lighter color, my highlighting color. And I'm going to go in, put it all over, and blend. Blending is huge. It depends on the brush you have, on how well it blends, and also the makeup, so it doesn't just flake off and remove, but you actually blend it in. So as you can see, the lines are going away, which is what I want. And it's blending out. The only thing I do go back in and do, I put the bronze back in the middle. And then I blend it out again. Go back in the crease. And I'm going to start using, I think, a silver in my crease. You guys will see that on my next video, the silver that I got also. But that's pretty much my eyes. It doesn't look like much because I don't have my eyebrows done or my mascara on. So I'm going to go and do my eyebrows. It's an angled shadow brush, but this is my favorite. When you're doing your eyebrows, guys, unless you want to look like they're drawn on, I don't like pencils because pencils you can either love them or hate them. I don't like them, but pencils, if you press harder, it's darker. But when you use even an angled brush or a pencil, do not draw a straight line. You want to go short strokes with your eyelash, or not your eyelashes, but your eyebrows. Short strokes so they look like hairs. Do not draw a line unless that's what you want. If you want the line, by all means, please do your line. I don't. So I'm going to take the same taupe color. Taupe is really good for eyebrows, just because it's like a universal color. So I'm going to go in, and I like to do a flat line here. And then I start sorry, I'm trying to focus. And then I start filling in. So you can already see there's a better shape to it than this one. It's more defined. I personally like using eyeshadow. That's just my preference. You don't have to. But I prefer to use eyeshadow than a liner. You can get the gels. I just like something that's easily manageable or movable. And I'm just worried that it won't be. I may try them in the future. So let me go ahead and do the other one. Draw my line here, and then I start filling it in. So my eyebrows are done. It's pretty simple. It does not take a long time once you get used to it. The next thing is mascara. This takes the longest for me. I'm going to do my eyelashes today too. I am going to put on fake lashes. But currently what I use, and I have the box here, is Better Than False Lashes Extreme by Too Faced. It's about, I think it's a $30 product. I got it on base, so I got a little bit cheaper on the Army base. And I'm almost out of time on this video. That's horrible. So, anyhow, this is what I use currently. And we're going to go ahead and show you what it is. It's 2 different products. What you're going to have is 3 steps. Step 1 is going to be the base. I go ahead and open both of mine up. Step 1 is the base. And I only do one eye at a time. And probably because I'm putting on lashes today, I won't do 3 coats like I normally do. But you'll be able to see how Too Faced works with no mascara on compared to mascara. Alright, so this is just it on its own with no fibers on it. So let's go ahead and do step 2. Let's get the fibers on, which this is the fibers. And I just personally put them on the outside. I don't put them all over. And then I let it dry for a second and I go to the other eye. So let's What you need to do is go back in step 3 and put this back on top. And that's my eyelashes with just 1 coat of the Too Faced. So it does really, really well. I don't know if you can see it. It does really well. There's not a lot of clumping. Now, once you get layer 3, there is clumping involved. So, for the most part, that's my makeup. I normally do not wear any kind of lip liner. I want to start wearing a lip stain, but I just personally do not like lipstick in general. I don't even like chapstick. I wear it every so often, but in general, I don't like anything on my lips. I know it makes you look better, and if you want a lip liner, that's fine. I don't even have one. I don't even have a lip color to put on my lips. You know what? I'm lying. I do. I have one in this when I bought it. This does come with one, so I'll go ahead and put it on. When it's a little bit different when you go to put on lip liner. I have the brush that goes with it. What I did forget to do, and I just realized it, for when I wear lip liner, I also outline my Cupid's bow, which I don't have much of one, but I do have one. So I take my highlighter from Smashbox, and I go in and I line my Cupid's bow. Let me take my sponge again. It just brings definition to it. Makes it look better. So let me go in with like a purplish color, I guess. That's my look. That's what I personally do. I know this video is very long. It's my first one like that, but this is how I do my makeup. The biggest thing is your foundations. That's going to be the biggest thing that you can do. Your foundations, and then also your contouring and your highlighting. That's going to be the best thing you can do for your face. I would go for the more expensive brands when it comes to foundations, when it comes to contouring, blush, highlighters. You don't necessarily have to go as expensive because it's all about the base that you put on, at least in my opinion that it is. So this is it, guys. If you want to see more, if you want to see me do a different kind of makeup routine, just let me know. There's different ones that I do, especially if I happen to have a date night with my husband like once every 4 months. But if you want to see me do different ones, just comment below. I'll be glad to go ahead and do those for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and message me. I had a lot of you guys message me yesterday asking if you missed the video. No, you haven't. I've just been kind of lazy and I didn't wear makeup yesterday. So today I'm wearing makeup and this is what I do. I hope you guys like it and I hope you have a great day. Bye.